in the previous video we saw the concept of the Kafka, and in this video we are going to implement Kafka using only terminal. So we are not going to make use of any application for the implementation in the scope of this video, but in the next video we are going to make use of Zookeeper, servers, and we'll have a producer and consumer in the application. But for now, apart from application, we are going to have everything created in the terminals. So for that, first you need to visit this site, okay, and this is a Kafka official page, and here you can download our complete zip, which provides us with all the configurations and batch and shell files, everything. Okay, so once you download this and unzip, like I have done already. So once you are done, you can unzip this, and this is what we are provided. Okay, so in the bin, if you can see, we have various shell scripts to start the Zookeepers, to start the servers, to start the producers, to start the consumer. Okay, all these things. So we have a number of various stuff, so we'll go one by one, but for now, for the scope of this video, we are going to use only Zookeepers, Kafka server, producer, and consumer. So before starting, like once you unzip and do everything, let me tell you what is Zookeeper. Okay, so if you see Zookeeper, it is not only specific to Kafka, so that's why I am giving you a Google definition, then I'll tell you what it is in specific to Kafka. Okay, so it is essentially a service for distributed system offering a hierarchical key value store. Okay, and then it is a distributed configuration service, synchronization service, and naming registry for larger distributed systems. So here the only term that I want you to focus on is synchronization service and distributed systems. Okay, so in one of the slide I have showed you previously that we have multiple servers which we call broker in context of Kafka. So when we are producing anything or anything is consumed, something is happening. So for all these things, some configuration is configured somewhere. So this cluster need to handle different topics, different brokers, different set of producers and consumers. So all these things will be taken care by something called Zookeeper. So as you read the definition, Zookeeper is nothing but a configuration manager for a large distributed systems. So you can go into depth, but for now that is what you need to understand. So Zookeeper will take care of all the configuration, like in which partition your request need to be placed, how it can measure whether any server or any broker is working fine, how its health is going on, whether it need to like replicate, or whether there is any issue at any replication server or any broker which is playing a major role while dealing with any specific topic. So there are n number of other things which Zookeeper manages. So overall, consider that it is a configuration manager for distributed systems. Okay, now coming to this point, that we have downloaded everything and we have unzipped. So we are going to start 4 steps for now. Okay, so one is Zookeeper. So this is going to be started the very first, and then we start one Kafka server. So in this you can see there are multiple Kafka servers. Okay, but we are going to start only one Kafka server, and then we have one producer and consumer. So if you can see, producer is nothing but is going to produce something on a topic. So we are going to create a topic on the Kafka server, then we are going to produce and consume it. So for this video we are going to produce one string and we are going to consume a string. Like we can produce in different formats, it might be a blob, XML, JSON, anything, but for now we'll consider only string. Okay, so let me start. So if you can see, I am going to need this Zookeeper server start for starting a Zookeeper, and for any of the batch files that you are going to, okay, one thing, if you are on a non-Windows system you can use this shell scripting files, but if you are on Windows you need to use this batch file. So for starting a Zookeeper start, I will simply execute this. But what are the properties of the Zookeepers and all, like what are the configuration of the Zookeepers? So by default configuration you can find in the config. Okay, in the config you have Zookeeper properties. So this you can modify and do everything. For example, let me show you this. Okay, So default property of Zookeeper will be that it will be hosted on 2181. So if any server wants to be managed by Zookeeper, the servers need to connect on 2181. So like default properties which are needed for any Zookeeper or any producer consumer, all those we were provided in the bundle with properties things. Okay, so I'll open my terminal, and yeah, so in terminal what I need to start first, I need to start Zookeeper, right? So let me have this thing because I am going to use Zookeeper server start dot back. So one, I am going to use the executable, then I need to provide the configuration of it, that is configuration is Zookeeper dot properties. So if you can see, I'm using two things, but each of them is in different directories. So one Zookeeper dot properties in the config, and the other one is in bin Windows. Okay, so what I did is I added this bin path, this complete path, in my environment variable, so that whatever it is there under Windows, okay, sorry, I have added the Windows path in my environment variable. So whatever executables or batch files I have in this path, I can open it in any location in any terminal. Okay, so you need to make sure that you add it either in your environment variables, or you come to this path and then start. But yeah, I have added this in my environment variables. Let me delete this. Let me minimize the command prompt. Okay, so I need to go to this path first. cd kafka cd kafka cd bin. My configuration file was there in config. Okay, yeah, right, cd config. Okay, so now what I will do first is I need to start Zookeeper -server start this batch file, and the properties I want to provide is Zookeeper.properties. So I'm hoping that the font is visible. Let me, okay, so once I start this, the port 2181, the Zookeeper will be ready to accept any kind of server properties. Okay, I'll wait for it to start. But meanwhile, the second thing that we need to start is a Kafka server. So we have started a Zookeeper which is going to manage the servers in these clusters, but now we are going to create a broker. Okay, from now onwards we'll not refer it as a server, we'll call it as a broker. Okay, so if I'm seeing this Zookeeper is started, okay, and is ready to accept any connection from any Kafka server. Okay, so let me minimize this and open one more terminal. So in this terminal I am going to start only one Kafka server. We can have multiples, then we have to configure like for server 1 we'll have a different configuration file, for server 2 we'll have a different configuration file. That's why for now, for understanding sake, we'll have only one Kafka server. Kafka server start dot batch file, and the properties of which will be, if you can see here, we have server dot properties in the config, so we are going to make use of that. Server dot okay, sorry, my bad, I have to move to that first, or else, yeah, let me do this. I'll close this, I'll open the terminal here, and now I'll start Kafka server start dot batch file, and then server dot properties. Okay, so now it is okay, it is started. You can go through the logs and what it did one by one, but for now it is configured to log into one specific directory and what are its environment variables, and at 2181. Okay, so if you can see, connecting to Zookeeper on localhost 2181. So on that port Zookeeper is ready to listen, and this got connected. So for verifying the connection, we can see initializing a new session on 2181. So once it like if it is not able to connect, then we'll not get this kind of, it will be stopped immediately. But as of now, it detected a zookeeper and it got registered successfully. Okay, now we'll not touch both these things. We have a zookeeper running, we have our server running. Now let's create a one more terminal. So the next thing in our checklist is we need to create a producer, but producer is going to produce something on a topic. So we are going to create a topic first. Okay, so you can see in bin Windows you have multiple options provided here. So if you can see, you have producers. To create a producer, you are going to use this batch file and its corresponding properties. If you have something to do with the topic, you are going to use Kafka-topics. Okay, anything with respect to topic, you need to see what are the topics created. You want to delete any topic, you want to create any topics, anything related to topic, you will use Kafka topic. Anything related to streams, you are going to use Kafka stream. Similarly, for every, like this mirror is for replication. Okay, similarly you have for each kind of service that is provided by Kafka, you have one batch file and you have one config file, so you can make use of them and like experiment in any way. For now, our intention is to use Kafka topics.bat because we want to know what or like we want to create a new topic. Okay, so I'll go to config. Here I'll open a command prompt. Now my intention is to create a topic. So let me create this Kafka-topics dot that batch file, and then I want to create a topic. Okay, so when I want to create a topic, I need to make sure that the server, okay, so let me show you this, the server dot properties. This is open with edit with notepad++, right? So this is the server that we have started, and this broker.admin. So you see, for server we call it as a broker. The server's unique ID is 0. Okay, all these things is fine as of now. Regarding these properties we'll check later on, but for now the one thing that I want to show you is just a second, right? So the property that I want to show you was 9092. Okay, so if you want to create any topic, you need to give like where our server is. So where do we want to create our topic? So these brokers will be referring to as a bootstrap server. So when we are going to create a topic, okay, here our intention is to create. So the next option that we want is bootstrap server. Now we are saying that Kafka servers which are running, so those we are referring it as a bootstrap server here, and we'll tell on which port those bootstrap servers are running as of now. So the default port of the server.properties is 9092. If you are aware of shell scripting or any such kind of language, you know that hashtag means comment. So here it is commented, that is the default value of our Kafka servers is 9092. But if you want to modify, you can uncomment this by removing hashtag, and you can add your own URL here. Okay, so for now, since everything is commented, the default port will be 9092. So here we are saying that on localhost port number 9092 our bootstrap server is running, and replication factor. Okay, so this okay, let me take 1 minute to explain this. So when we are creating a topic on one server, okay, and we have one partition for example, and whatever we are doing with that partition, whatever we are producing, whatever we are consuming, the request that is stored on partition, the same thing will be stored on the other server as well. So the other server means the other broker, that we are just making sure that we don't lose any request in case of any issue with the broker or downtime with the broker, or we can say there is our broker got corrupted. Since even our broker got corrupted, we don't want our request to be lost, so we are making sure that it is replicated on some other servers as well. Okay, so replication factor 1, it doesn't means that we are replicating or we have a copy of this at one more place. Okay, that is how it seems that we have one more copy, but here in context of Kafka, replication factor 1 means there is no other copy of it, that will be the default one. But if you want to have one more copy of it, you need to keep replication factor as 2. So this is a small change between what actual English statement looks like and what is happening here. So if I give replication factor once, we are not literally copying it anywhere, but we are storing for once the actual broker that it is considering as a 1. Okay, now the partitions that we want is, since as of now we have only one Kafka server, I am using only one, because partitions is like parallelism that we can get in the Kafka. So if you create 2 partitions, you can have 2 requests on a fly, on a single connection, you can resolve that. But since I have only one broker, only one server, I am creating one. Okay, because even if you create 10 partitions, all the 10 partitions will be assigned to the same broker, because as of now we have only one broker. Now the topic name. Okay, topic name, let me give sample topic to string. Okay, let me do this, and let me have the replication factor as 2. So what does this mean? That whatever I am going to produce on my broker, that will be the main broker which is in use actually, and there is one more broker in which I have to replicate this. But remember, we have only one broker running as of now. So if I want to replicate it, there is no other broker to be replicated. So if I execute this command, I should get something like there is no other broker running, so where should it replicate? So I am expecting an issue of that sort here. Okay, let me wait for that. Could not establish 9092. Okay, is it something with server? Let me check. It is running 2181, that is our Zookeeper. Let me have a look in this once. Okay, so I came out of that issue. I restarted my Zookeeper server, and then now we will be creating the topic. So if you can see, we have a batch file, and then we are intending to create, and the bootstrap server, that is our broker, is at 9092. Replication factor, that we want a 1 copy more of the broker, and partitions is 1, and topic we are creating is sample topic to string. So here we want a copy of broker, but copy of broker means copy of the servers, but as of now we have only one server running. So we are expecting an error saying that you will see a message as replication factors cannot be more than that of the brokers or servers available. Okay, so let's wait for the response. After once we are creating this topic, you can see for each batch file we'll have multiple options, like to see what are the topics created, we have an option called describe. To delete, we have an option called delete. Okay, let me see why it is taking this much time. Right, so I got a response a bit late, but if you can see, on executing this, we got an error saying replication factor 2 larger than the available brokers 1. Okay, so this it cannot execute, and if I go to CN server, at the server also you can say invalid replication factor exception, because the replication factor was 2, which is larger than the available brokers. Right, now let's clear the screen, and I'll have the replication factor as 1. Okay, so now we are simply creating a topic. Then our next step will be to create a producer and a consumer. So creating a producer or consumer, we can say an application which is going to place the request on this topic sample topic to string, and the consumer will be an application which is going to listen or subscribing to a specific queue from which it is going to listen. Right, so now you can see that created topic sample topic to string. Okay, now let me see if I can Kafka topics dot batch. Okay, So here I am going to enter describe and on which brokers, that is a Bootstrap server or local host 9092, and okay, so topic, let me give only till this term. Okay, describe is not a recognized option. Okay, my bad, spelling. Oh. Describe, right? So now we should get the list of topics. Okay, so if you can see, there is one topic called sample topic 2 string, which has a partition 0, in the sense like starting from 0. Okay, and then for it we have a replication factor 1, partition count 1, and topic name is this. So this leader, replicas, in-sync replicas, this all will change and modify once producing and consuming is happening. Okay, but for now it is 0 as no one is making use of that. Okay, we need to make sure that in-sync replica is like not 0 when it is running, because we want every replica, like all the replication partitions that we have, like suppose we have replication as 10, so we want in-sync to be 10. If it is reducing like 9, 8, then there is something wrong with the broker in which that partition is there. So that's how we'll monitor, and we'll try to be proactive and take steps before everything gets out of our hands. Okay, so we have our topic created successfully. I'll clear the screen, and now I'm going to create a producer. Okay, so for that we are going to use Kafka console producer dot batch, which I want to use Bootstrap server as localhost 9092, and the next is the only thing is topic. So for that I'm going to use sample topic to string. Okay, so here I'm simply saying this will be my broker and this is the topic that I want to listen to. So as you can see, we can see the arrow, it means we are ready to produce. Now let's keep it one side, and I'll have one more terminal for consumer. Okay, let me minimize everything and have this producers on one side and consumer on the other side. Okay, now here I'm going to open Kafka console consumer spelling mistake dot batch file, and here we have different set of Bootstrap server -server, which is running on localhost 9092. And okay, since this consumer, okay, there is one more new concept. Let me take a minute for this, and then I'll explain you. Okay, so here when we are producing something, the consumer, when it is consuming, it is like from this partition, like we have suppose 3 partitions, so each request will be identified based on partition and offset number. So partition, we suppose have 3 partitions. The first partition will be named as partition 0, and under that first payload will be named as offset 0. So partition 0 offset 1, partition 0 offset 2. Similarly we'll have one more partition like this, and in that if we have this payload, we can name it as a partition 1 offset 0. This is a partition 0 offset 0. So that is a concept called offset to identify each request on each partition. Now whenever we are consuming, for suppose whenever we are consuming the first request, we are saying listener is saying that I have consumed it, so I am committing it. Okay, so since it has done the commit, whenever the application goes down, suppose this has been committed and it has been consumed, and this has been committed, I mean this has the second offset is also consumed and done. So the when application goes down and it comes up again, then it is going to start again with this offset. So it focuses like where I did the last commit. Now it knows where should I start consuming from. Okay, so this is like it knows already from where it should start consuming from, but since our consumer is starting from the first time, we should tell it whether you should start consuming from the very beginning or you should start consuming from now onwards. Like from now onwards, if any producer places any request on the queue, that you start consuming. So for that we have options called either from beginning or from latest, something of that sort, but for now we are going to use this option called from beginning. So if you don't write from beginning, the default will be like from now onwards. So if you get any new request on the queue, that you consume, but I want to consume it from beginning. So before producing itself, I am going to select the producer, and here message 1 is what I produced, message 2 is what I produced, but consumer side I am saying consume from beginning. Though you are starting after 2 messages are there on the queue already, I don't care, I want you to consume from the very beginning of the queue. Okay, so that was our last option. After that we need to tell what is the topic, sample topic to string. Now let me create this consumer. Yeah, so it should start consuming from the beginning. So it consumed the message 1, message 2, and if I have message 3, that will be consumed again. So how we can read it as that message 1 was the partition 0 offset 1, partition 0 offset 2, partition 0 offset 3. If we have one more producer, that might also produce on the same. So if we have one more producer, that will suppose produce message 5, and this will produce message 4. So both are producing on the same partitions. So offset number will change, but partition will not. Okay, but that is the whole concept. This is producing on the queue, and consumer is reading with a specific unique ID of each request with the partition number and the offset number. And there is one more new option that we came across, was the from beginning. So if we don't mention from beginning, again this is for the first time. Okay, so if I stop my consumer, okay, control C, yes, okay, now if I start again, I don't want this from beginning. Here I am seeing message 4. Let me start here the consumer. I'll wait for it to start. So thing is, it completely tracks what is the offset that is at recently completed, and whenever the application goes down and comes on, based on the commits, it is going to consume. Okay, so now I'm going to produce message 5. Okay, so if you can see here, message 4 is not consumed. Why? Because here I'm not saying from beginning, and this is my local server. You can see that this consumer and the previous consumer was not same, so it is not tracking. Okay, because this is like nowhere it is storing what is the track. But when you are actually having this kind of things in production, your consumer will keep track of that. Now consumer will keep track of means in the sense Zookeeper will track of this thing. So the only thing is from beginning, when you are mentioning, it will consume from the beginning, but if you are not mentioning that, it will consume from the time when it got started. Okay, so message 4 did not consume because at that time consumer was not started, and as the consumer got started, we are not telling it to consume it from beginning. But in production, what you will have, when you are stopping your consumer and you are starting your consumer again, it will also consume message 4. It will not miss message 4 because that is starting consumer based on the last commit, that is from message 3. Here in our local, we didn't have any that kind of tracking done for our consumer, so it is consuming from the based on the option, that is the one that got produced on the queue after my consumer got started. Okay, yeah. So just to give you one more demo of this thing, I am going to create one more consumer for which I am going to say from beginning. Okay, so now it will consume all the messages again on the queue, message 1 2 3 4 5. So when I am stopping and when I start in production, or when I am using a global Kafka and I am starting the same consumer again, it will start based on the last commit. But here when I am creating a new consumer, this new consumer and the consumer that I stopped previously are not the same. But if I start the same consumer again, it will keep it will continue to receive request from where it stopped. Okay, so it will keep track of the last commit. So I am going to create one more consumer. Again it will have all the request received again. So if I'll stop this, yeah. So that today we have created one producer and one consumer, and we had one server running and one Zookeeper. Okay, so that was our whole thing. So today we only produce string and consume the string, but in the upcoming videos, first thing that we are going to use is we are going to have an application which is going to produce and consume a string, and in the next video, the following video, we'll have different formats like JSON, XML thing to be produced and consumed. Here there will be coming across the new concepts called serialization and deserialization thing. So here when you are producing something on the Kafka queue, the default serialization happening is a string serialization, and when our consumer is consuming, the default deserialization is a string deserialization. So that again we can define of our own based on the schema that we are using, but as of now, just be clear with the concept of producer, consumer, Kafka server and Bootstrap. So if you have any queries with respect to this, you can write down in the comment section. Just for your information, as you have downloaded from here, okay, if you scroll down, you can see all the commands that I have used so far. So one is for starting Zookeeper, starting server, creating topic, creating producer, creating consumer, and there are much more in-depth, like having multiples of everything, but yeah, you can have a look on them. If you have any query with respect to this concept so far, please write down in the comment section. Thank you.